You need to get rid of your phone. Just get rid of it, you know? Remove it completely from your life. You don't need it. I mean, think about it. Humans have survived for generations without needing a phone, right? Like, couldn't you surely just get rid of it? Now you might be saying, well, that's insane. How would I ever be able to get rid of my phone? Like, this is something that I rely on every day. I use it to text people, call my friends, um, that sort of thing. You use it for enjoyment. But see, here's the problem with the phone. It's also a major distraction. And this distraction constantly causes us to, not pay attention to things, when we're trying to have a conversation right next to you and someone's just on their phone. It's kind of annoying. So, we know we should get rid of our phones, but... Okay, sorry, this is really loud. Okay, sorry. So yes, we all know that we should get rid of our phones. They're obviously a major distraction in today's society, but they're also a major use, like if I didn't have a phone, I wouldn't be able to text or call my grandma who's currently in Arizona, like I wouldn't be able to do that. And, obviously I want to call her and whatnot. And so it's just kind of nice to have that accessibility. So we've kind of gotten to a point where our society, we rely on our phones. Like, we still need them to, not really live out our life, but to still have this sort of human connection, which I think is still important. So obviously, you shouldn't completely destroy your phone. That's not the point I'm trying to make here. All I'm trying to say is that, our phone is clearly a distraction, and those things are usually due to social media. These algorithms are literally designed to make us stay on the platform for longer. And that's kind of a problem, because it's a really useful tool, but it's also a very dangerous one. Because literally, the joke with my friends now, when we go to dinner, whenever everyone is on their phone, that is just my cue to leave. So, oh, that's a little close. It's just literally my cue to leave the dinner table, and go do something else, is when everyone gets on their phones, because clearly the conversation is boring. But it's also just a bad habit, like you'll be having a conversation with someone and they'll just pull out the phone, like, why are you doing that? And it's just, I don't know, it's this psychological thing that has kind of plagued us, This is a really deep hole. Where... Okay. I wouldn't want to use my water bucket, but this is Gary. Everyone say hi to Gary. He's an axolotl, and I will not use him, so... Or I've used... that's weird. Anyways, back to the point. So, obviously, phones are this big distraction, and one thing that I've done to kind of, help get rid of my phone is I installed this app called Dopamine Detox. And basically what it does is it just, removes distractions. But there's, hundreds of other apps like this where they block apps. I'm sure you could easily find one if you're intending on doing something similar. Now, the way to go about this is obviously, to block the apps like social media and that kind of thing. That's fairly obvious. But the other thing is, put your phone away. When you're trying to focus and do work, do that sort of thing. That is another, helpful factor. And the biggest thing I've learned with, not using my phone is because, obviously you still need it. So I think blocking it to a certain extent is very helpful and can get you to focus on what really matters more. Which in this case is talking to friends, actually having a conversation. Oh, diamonds. And so the best way to go about that is, it's kind of complicated. you obviously you want to block the social media apps, but the thing is, it's so easy to just turn them off, you know? So what I ended up having to do was finding an app that basically what it does is it literally makes me pay to turn my phone back on. So again, the one that I use is Dopamine Detox. But there's a few other ones that I'm sure you could find out there that literally made me pay to get access to my phone, or like blocked apps, or setting like time limits, you know. But again, this, you could probably still find a way out of it like I did, which was basically just to restart my phone, which is kind of really scummy. But you know, you're always gonna like try to like turn it off. But basically, the entire point of doing this, to making it block your apps, is just to make it harder to access your phone. Basically harder to access this habit of, you know, going on your phone all the time. This chest is absolutely useless. Okay, well, because the whole goal is this is to like limit your habits of using your phone. And by doing this, hopefully you would more likely to engage in conversation. I myself have found myself like not going on my phone as much and kind of leaving it aside most of the time. And even when not, it's like, even when there's nothing to do, you know, I still obviously find myself using my phone to like check thing, or like check my texts and whatnot, which is fine. But like, to a certain extent, you know, you kind of have to limit your time. And I don't know, I feel like everyone spends like majority time on their device, and I don't know, it's kind of unfortunate. To be honest, I don't know where I'm going with this. I just thought it'd be a cool idea to talk about, you know, getting rid of your phone and stuff, because, you know, motivational messages and stuff, you know, that sort of thing. But I realize I don't really have a point. I mean, other than, you know, trying to block like social media that you use all the time. So I actually also uninstalled all the social media, because it's like, in reality, you can actually get away with it. You know, it's kind of a surprise to most people about how much you can get rid of, you know. Oh, come back here. There we go. It's actually kind of a surprise of like how much you can get away with, because like I haven't had Instagram or TikTok or whatever for a very long time. Although, of course, I still have YouTube, because like I want that to be my job. But you know, that's besides the point. You know, yeah, right? Ow. So yeah, I think just blocking certain apps is a good thing, especially if you want to like be more attentive, I guess. And like another thing I think is really good is just get used to not having your phone, you know, like build up this habit of not having your phone, because by doing that, you essentially you need to get used to basically being bored, you know. It's kind of back to this whole thing where we're like, we're so much in a consumer society that we just consume and consume and consume, and we don't really, you know, think too much about not really what we're consuming, but we stop thinking for ourselves, you know. And that sort of thing has kind of made it to where we no longer like can pay attention to things, and it's kind of unfortunate. So, I mean, sure, yes, you could get rid of your phone, but I feel like no one can really do that. And so, I don't know, it's kind of this like big trouble, or not problem, I guess not trouble, it's a problem between, you know, being able to have a phone and, you know, being constantly addicted, versus not having it at all and then just being like completely disconnected, which, you know, no one wants to feel completely disconnected from each other, because that it's just not good. And I mean, obviously it can be good in some ways, but there's like pros and cons to each basically. And I think we can all agree that I'm not getting rid of my phone, and you probably won't be either. So, which sounds pretty completely against the point of this video, but basically the point being is, you know, put down your phone every once in a while. That's pretty simple. You know, you don't always need to have it with you. And I think even just like leaving your phone at home and like forgetting it sometimes, you know, like I think that's fine. Honestly, sometimes I think that's funny because it's like, oh, when you're in a friend group and you're like for everyone else, it seems obvious to have their phone on them, and then if you don't have it, it's like, bro, what are you doing? You know, you look stupid, but I think I find that funny to be like, look really stupid in front of my friends sometimes, you know. Okay, don't die here. Why is it? Sorry, it's lagging. I don't know why. Get me this time in. Leave me alone. So yeah, be on your phone less, you know? Live life to the fullest. Anyways, if you're still watching this, congratulations. I don't know if I should give you, well, I don't really have any award or anything, but, you know, give yourself a pat on the back, you know, set down your phone and, you know, go about your day, you know, go outside, you know. I think going outside is another good exercise, because basically the entire thing or point to this is just like find ways to lower your, you know, not really inspiration, but your like desire to like make your desires way less, because we have these really high expectations of things and really high desires for everything around us that we don't really like stop and think. This isn't working. Okay. Why are there two chests here, though? That is my question. I'm sure it's fine. This is black wool. No, don't need that. Also, if you're just tuning in, what is this, a podcast? No, it's not. If you're just now watching this video, I guess still, I might as well explain the concept of these videos, which basically what I'm doing is uploading a video every day. Unfortunately, I am a little late on today's episode because this video was supposed to come out like a couple hours ago, and I was supposed to record it last night, but I didn't. And the only reason that happened, oh my goodness, carpet, was because, well, due to the fact that my roommate went to bed extremely early, and, you know, there's nothing I can really do about that. But, you know, it's technically still the day of, so I'll just, like, record another episode today. Don't know what I'm going to talk about. Probably just ramble about nothing. I mean, I would like to think that the first part of this episode was still valuable, but I don't know about it anymore, because I thought I had, like, a good point to this video, but I didn't, so, you know, it's whatever. Just, you know, keep improving with life every day. That's, not really my motto, but, you know, that's my goal, you know, doing one thing every day and eventually getting to where I want to be. So, why is there so much diorite? Yeah. Uh, so nice to play Minecraft sometimes, you know. Oh, I got 5 minutes left. I don't know what to say, to be frank. This episode's supposed to be all about phones, but I ran out of things to say about phones like 10 minutes ago, so yeah. Let me pick this up. Don't need that. Leave me alone. Give me the chicken. Alright, I just really don't know what to talk about, you know. Wow, look at the thing is I could be like, wow, look, it's snowing, and be like act either really dumb or like super surprised, basically, because that's what most commentators are able to do. But you know that's not genuine, and honestly, just kind of rage, not really rage baits, but it's like it's fake, basically. It's fake reaction, fake everything. Maybe I should just fake all my videos, you know. Unfortunately, that's not how the cookie crumbles, you know. To be honest, this is pretty fun though. You know, ice boating, great game mechanic. Although it sucks when I end up on blocks that aren't ice. Meow. 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 Oh, pig. Well, that was brutal. Well, I can talk about what I'm going to talk about in my next video. That's something, you know. I need my boat. I don't think I need this. I really don't need that. Okay. Oh, forest fire, shoot. Dude, okay, wait, let me make another bucket real quick, 'cause I cannot be carrying around Gary and then accidentally drop him. Also, the entire point to this video, or well, I guess progression-wise, is I was supposed to be getting, like, an enchantment table, so we're gonna do that now. And the first thing I need is lava. Let me grab this. Make a pickaxe. Throw that one out. Let's see, an axe, although we need 2 for the shovel. Or not, I mean 2 for the enchantment table. So make this. And then get the enchantment table. Get that. And then besides that, I think that's all I really need. And I think we got about 30 seconds left. So I'll plug my channel to the very end. Please go subscribe right now. You know, it's completely free. It's a great channel. Got super cool stuff there, you know. Lots of content. I'm always uploading. Go subscribe, like, share the video, comment, viewer, like, subscribe, skibbity bop, skibbity bop, 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 skibbity bop, bop, bibbity bop, 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 bop. Sorry, okay, this is, retarded, but, wait, can I even say that on YouTube? I don't know. Anyways, subscribe. Also, the video should have ended by now, but subscribe.